Welcome, low ego action heroes. This is Debbie Levitt from Delta CX. We're a full service CX and UX consulting agency. Check us out. And welcome to our new micro lesson on what does good or bad UX look like. Very often, people new to UX, and especially those from outside of our industry, like product managers, business analysts, engineers, marketing, and others, will say, how do you all look at these websites and apps and systems and say, that's bad UX? How do you know? So I'd like to talk about how do we know? And I'd like to show you some of the approaches that I use when I'm assessing an existing website or app or system. Now, for the ease of this show, we're going to just look at websites. It's hard for me to share my screen to the show. I'll figure it out eventually. But today I posted to LinkedIn and I collected some suggestions from all of you on what sites you'd like to see me walk through. But first, I'd like to talk about some of the approaches that I use when I am assessing these websites. And these are available to people, so everyone can use them. So let me flip my screen over to my world. And if you're in the chat, come on in and say hi. Let me know how you're doing. I want to know. All right, this should be the button that shares my screen. Yes? Okay, great. So you've got me, a slightly smaller tip jar, optional but appreciated, chat room, and my web browser. And so the first thing that I'm looking for are typically referred to as heuristics. Sometimes you'll hear Nielsen Norman heuristics. Hi, Tarina, great to see you. Hi, Anna. Or UX heuristics. They're probably referring to this, easily Googleable. It's on nngroup.com. Hi, Helen. Happy dinner time after kitchen cleaning. Hi, Udipta. So basically, I'll just run through them quickly, but it's best for you to read up on them so that you are more familiar with them and ask questions in the chat. In the comments under the video. If you're watching this later and you don't understand something, I answer every comment personally. So visibility of system status. The design should keep users informed about what is going on through appropriate feedback within a reasonable amount of time. Hey, Avraham, good to see you again. Number 2, match between system and the real world. The design should speak the user's language, use words, phrases, and concepts familiar to the user rather than internal jargon. Follow real-world conventions, making information appear in a natural and logical order. Hi, Stefan Shear, and Iona, it's good to see you. Or is it Ioannis? I'm bad at international names. I'm sorry, though they're not international to you. They're just normal. So good evening from Greece. Yes. Hi, Courtney. So quickly, this is an information architecture thing, making sure that the language we use matches what people use and we're not using terms that don't make sense to them. I've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again. Hello, Tony Joe. User control and freedom. Users often perform actions by mistake. They need a clearly marked emergency exit to leave the unwanted action without having to go through an extended process. So think emergency exit or cancel. Ciao Fabio, come stai? Courtney says, good morning from Alaska. Yeah, hope you're staying warm. Number 4, consistency and standards. Users should not have to wonder whether different words, situations, or actions mean the same thing. Follow platform and industry conventions. So again, consistency is good and important. And again, you can read all of these to see sometimes why. Makes things easier to learn, makes things easier to use. Hi, Faye. Error prevention. Oh, this is one of my favorites. You know, if you hang out on this channel, you know I always say part of our job is to keep people from ever making a mistake. They shouldn't see the error message. Good error messages are important, but the best designs carefully prevent problems from occurring in the first place. Either eliminate error-prone conditions or check for them and present users with a confirmation option before they commit to the action. So we don't always have to do the confirmation thing, but especially where we think there's going to be a big mistake, like deleting things, we do want to check that that's what they intended. Recognition rather than recall. Some of you who hang out on the channel are going to notice 2 of these are already overlapping Larry Marine's model, which is something I also use. So we've got error prone. Those of you who are familiar with manually intensive, right? Error prone, high cognitive load, and knowledge dependent. Now that's the other model that I also use when I'm looking at stuff, but we don't have that up on a web page yet. We don't even have a name for it. I'm calling it task detractors, but we're open to ideas. So error prone is this one. And of course, some of knowledge dependency is making people have to remember things. Minimize the user's memory load option by making elements, actions, and options visible. The user should not have to remember information from one part of the interface to another. Information required to use the design, like field labels or menu items, should be visible or easily retrievable. To me, that also means don't hide crap under tooltips. Make it right out there. Also better for accessibility. Number 7, flexibility and efficiency of use. Shortcuts, hidden from novice users, may speed up the interaction for the expert user such that the design can cater to both inexperienced and experienced users, allow users to tailor frequent actions. So this has to do with some customization or personalization. Larry Marine says, detractors. Randy says, one of my favorite topics, yuck, tooltips. Yeah. Good to see everybody here. Number 8, aesthetic and minimalist design. Interfaces should not contain information which is irrelevant or rarely needed. Every extra unit of information in an interface completes with the relevant units of information and diminishes their relative visibility. I'm going to walk quickly through my 4 horsemen of bad UX next, and there's an overlap there with this one. Number 9, help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Error messages should be expressed in plain language, no error codes, precisely indicate the problem, and constructively suggest a solution. I've been tearing my hair out for a week over a military government website I am trying to use to get paid, and it kept telling me, you don't have a group. Contact your administrator about having a group. And it's like, I am the administrator. And there is no way to fix it. And I'm just losing it. Hi, Alan. Hi from Toronto. Hope you're staying warm too. And number 10, help and documentation. It's best if the system doesn't need any additional explanation. However, it may be necessary to provide documentation to help users understand how to complete their tasks. And I'm often looking for just in time, in the moment, contextual help, not go search our knowledge base or go read our FAQ. Okay, those are plan B, but I would much rather see contextual, in the moment help. Now let's quickly look at the 4 horsemen of bad UX, which my friend Eli painted for me. It is my registered trademark. Yeah, Larry's reminding us instructions are a symptom, not a solution. Yes, 4 horsemen, which I use 4 horsemen of bad UX, 4 horsemen of bad CX is my registered trademark, Jared Spool. And let me walk through them very quickly because I find it's a really nice layman's terms way to look at things, even for non-UX people. Frustration, confusion, disappointment, and distraction. Can we walk through our own website or proposed design and find where it might be frustrating, confusing, disappointing, and distracting? And I would say distracting is a little bit of that overlap with Nielsen's 8. You know, aesthetic and minimalist design. We used to talk about white space and that you need that balance of stuff and not stuff. But I find that sometimes it just gets to the point of distraction. So you can also check out on my website, if you just Google Delta CX 4 horsemen, it'll come right up. And you can learn more about that. But these are pretty self-explanatory. Where will people be frustrated, confused, disappointed, and distracted? Can we predict this? Can we see this in what's happening? So we're going to go to some real websites that were suggested on LinkedIn today. This was my LinkedIn post. If you're not following me on LinkedIn, please do, because then you can join in fun like this. And basically I said, because I don't have anything to design right now in the Think Out Loud series, we're just going to do some of these until I do. So also note, please subscribe here on the YouTube channel. And you down here, we've got deltacx.com/links. That'll answer all of your questions about the stream. But if you're enjoying the streams, please find 3 people and tell them more about this channel, because I would love to be helping and advising and teaching more people. That's my goal. So we got some suggestions, and we're going to try to look at least 3 today. These shows normally run an hour, so hopefully within an hour we can get to 3, maybe more. Now, we had a request from Rich to take a look at ServiceNow from a logged in state, and he made me an account on a sample site, and he said it's going to expire. So He made me a Debbie Levitt thing. Oh, I got my password wrong. Sorry. I was surprised how lenient the password rules were here. Now I don't know ServiceNow, but here's the interesting thing. I'm sure a lot of companies use ServiceNow, and then someone's got to log into this and go, okay, time to get something done. So as somebody who's never seen ServiceNow before, let's imagine I am some sort of internal worker who is seeing this for the first time and there's something I need to do here. Now, I don't know what to do here. It looks like you can do a lot here. I mean, we've got a drop list here. We have a plus here, and I don't really, new page, so I guess I'm creating pages, but I don't understand that yet. I've got a gear tool here and a gear tool here. So I should mention when I audit stuff, I'm also looking at, does the content make sense? Does the navigation make sense? I'm looking at elements of visual hierarchy and information architecture. I got two gears that appear to do different things. Brian says a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, me too. Refresh now. I command thee. Okay, if I refresh, what happens? Well, it looks the same to me. Make your life easier. Create a dashboard. Did you know you can create a dashboard version of this homepage? Dashboards are like homepages, but easier to use. You know, I always hate when a company tells me something's going to be easy to use. I'm going to decide that. You know, you can tell me it's 5 easy steps or easier to use. It probably isn't, and you're probably just trying to tell me it is. Like, hey, don't worry, our system isn't too much of a nightmare. It probably is a nightmare. Randy says, seen this so many times. There are icons, but they're not meaningful. Create and deploy is a Lego piece? I didn't even get that far. Yeah, it appears to be a Lego piece. Larry says, I looked at this decades ago. I see some things have changed, but not all. Data management is 9 blocks. Yeah, what is that? A telephone keypad? Dashboards have a drag and drop canvas that lets you easily add, move, and resize widgets. You can also add multiple tabs. Flexible sharing lets any user view and collaborate on the dashboards with you! Exclamation point! All right, well, it looks like, I don't think this would pass color contrast, everybody. I also look at accessibility. I don't think this is going to pass color contrast, which reminds me, can I tab through this? Tab, 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 tab. Okay, looks like I can tab through this. So that's got some reasonable keyboard-based accessibility. The focus states are there, so I can see where the keyboard is as I'm moving. That's good. So what is Create Dashboard version? I clicked it. Nothing's happening. Oh, here comes something. Hi, Madalena. Randy says, yeah, words like easily, simply, anyone can, they're red flags for me. Oh, ooh, this is the dashboard version. Welcome to the dashboard version of system administration. That was a toast message. It went away on its own. Now what do I do? Oh no, look at this. Each of these have their own, okay, because they're a dashboard. So I assume this is, oh, I thought this was going to be move. Increase and decrease height, refresh, exit widget, remove. I can drag and drop them because I see the cursor changing. Hi, Umar. I don't really know what to do here. Create and deploy. Okay, what if I want to create and deploy? It sounds like something people would do. Create custom applications on the ServiceNow platform. No, that sounds like I'm going to script, so that's probably not true. Let's go over to the left menu and see what we can do. Business applications. Now, this is a test instance. I've got a filter, and I guess all clears the filters. I've got another gear, but this time it means personalize. I've got show column, search row. What does that look like? Oh, wow. Search by column. Nobody thought of a, okay. Larry says a cavalcade of scroll bars. Love it. Not. Okay, so this would probably make more sense if this were populated with records, and it's not. So let's see what's in the catalog. Services. Can we help you? Office services, hardware, software, sell phones to meet your business needs. Are you trying to sell me phones? You are trying to sell me phones. Well, I guess if ServiceNow is part of your internal procurement, this can make sense. What happens if I try to buy one? Galaxy S7, do y'all know what year it is? This shouldn't be a $700 phone. This was a $700 phone like 8 years ago. Brian says, this would give me anxiety if I were thrown into using this. Yeah, you know, we're not doing a good job leading people through the experience. We're assuming that they've gotten here, they've previously had training on this system, and they know what to do and where to go. I'm afraid of clicking order now when this is a totally fake thing. I might buy something and then someone will be mad. What if I would like to have a connected chat? Connected conversations, real-time messaging. Who can I talk to? Add user. Rich, are you here? Wow, there's real people. Oh no, there's sample people. I want to talk to sample people. Now here's an interesting thing. Let's say we wanted to get back to something. How are we going to get back there? Remember we talked about the Nielsen-Norman heuristic of, whoa, hold on, cancel, exit, get me out of here. Now how would I do that? Now, wait a minute. Why is there a paperclip here? Manage attachments. Well, that doesn't seem to be relevant to the task. You know, Larry will tell you, you have to build for the task people are doing right now. If my task right now is order a phone, what kind of attachments would I need to deal with in the middle of trying to order a phone? And Larry says, oh, it's a test data set. Yeah, that's fine. So there's a lot of things here that just don't mean anything to me. And clearly what probably happens in ServiceNow, though I can't say this for sure, is somebody says, we'll just train people on this. But that also means we are relying on memory, which we learned about as one of the heuristics to be careful for. We're assuming that people who got the training will now remember all of the training and know where to find things in ServiceNow and how to use things in ServiceNow. What is this little triangle? Is this hide, minimize the navigator? Okay, that hides this. Watched incidents and incidents. That's weird because watched incidents seems like a filter or subset of incidents. Why does it get its own thing? And why am I editing this? Edit module? So that's not editing the left sidebar, it's editing the module. Watch incidents and incidents. My requests, requested items, watch requested items. Okay, so I think we have an information architecture problem here. It sounds like we could have incidents and watched ones or my ones could be subsets. And we could have requests and mine and watched could be subsets or filters. Hi, John. Madalena says, I'm struggling to understand why you can order a phone in a platform that doesn't seem to be e-commerce. Randy says, long time ago, different classified in different ways. One category was training issue if they couldn't figure out how to design it. Oh, God, this is a nightmare. I'm already frustrated. Yeah, oh, take survey. Oh, you know, if there's one thing I want to do during my workday, it's take survey. Please rate the overall quality of your service. Here's where I want to lean on a Monty Python joke, which is A, hi, B, hello, C, good evening. Would you contact the customer support group again if a similar issue arose? Cat's urinary tract, do I have a choice? Like, is there multiple answers to that question? Who else can I turn to? How would you rate the technician who took your call? Well, what does this even relate to? How do they know to relate this back to the call and the technician? This seems like it's just going to go into this empty survey void of general opinions on general things. Larry says, would you say this is feature-oriented? Yeah, it's certainly not task-oriented. You can, if you want to learn more about that, go to YouTube and search for Delta CX task-oriented or task analysis. We've got videos on both. Clearly, this didn't say, what do people need to come into ServiceNow and do? What is their task? And how do we facilitate that? How do we understand that and make it better and easier? John says, what is the tech stack? That can be limiting. Look, this is freaking ServiceNow. I don't want to hear about our tech stack as a limitation. They have a few dollars. They can make this better. This tech stack doesn't explain bad information architecture, wacky icons, and other things. Okay, so I think we'll leave here now. We've spent a little bit of time in this, enough to know that this really doesn't make sense without training, and that's unfortunate because that would be this. Now, of course, this would be the help. What are phishing scams, and how can I avoid them? Everybody wants to know the knowledge base number. 91 views. What are phishing scams? Okay. Randy says, I classify it as disoriented tech stack. This appears to be favorites of some sort. So I guess somewhere you can favorite things. Like I guess here, create favorite. Create a favorite. Now look at this. I'm getting colors and icons. Where does that end up? Let's say green and I and done. Okay, so where did the green and I end up? This icon didn't change. So it is a favorite, right? Yes? Yes. But that's not clear. So visibility of system status, as we learned from heuristics, I cannot tell that I have performed an action. It is not clear that something has happened. If I go to favorites, is it there? Yes, it's there with a green eye and everything. Brian says, I can't get over that phone at its 2016 price. Madalena says 2 shades of orange are way too similar. All right, I think we're done here. We've beaten this one to death. This is, what does the clock mean? Oh, like everything I've done today? Whoa, you're watching me. Spooky. All right. I would love to take questions about this, but hopefully this is starting to give you some ideas as to some of the things people look for when they say something is good UX and bad UX. I'm seeing a lot of bad UX here, and you also know you've got bad UX when someone says, they'll figure it out, or they'll just contact support, or we'll just train them on that. These are all signs that your system is not logical or intuitive and really should be designed to be more logical and intuitive. Now, courtesy of Randy, we have the Chrysler website. John says it looks designed by developers with a favorites library. I could agree there, John. I could easily see very minimal UX involvement there. And I can see what Larry said, which is, just add these features. I bet people want to make favorites. Give them a thing. All right, so Randy says, I don't play drinking games, but from TV I can imagine if someone had a sip each time an error was found in this app. Oh, don't do it, people. I want to see you stay sober. I'm going to pretend I'm in America, so I'm going to say continue to America because Chrysler recognizes I'm not in America. Steph says, looks like most tools I worked on before there was a designer on the project. Yeah, echoing what John said. Very true. This is requiring me to do the cookie thing. I don't want cookies. So essential cookies, opt out of cookies. So let's see. Now, is this opt out of cookies on or opt out of cookies? Do I have to turn it off? Like, which one is this? Which one opts me out of cookies, an on state or an off state? Because it sounds like yes, opt out of cookies, but then it says yes, performance cookies, yes, functional cookies. So this is either really badly designed or a dark pattern. So I'm assuming this turns off the cookies. Yeah, let's try it. Randy, if I start getting Instagram ads for Chrysler, I will screenshot them and send them to you. Brian says, keep your liver safe, please. Yeah. Madalena says, looks on to me. All right, so let's put ourselves in the space of I am shopping for cars, and I'm curious about Chryslers. And you know what? I'm thinking about maybe an SUV, maybe something with, or something with good ground clearance. Sometimes I go out to where this picture was taken. I go out into the woods. I'm in the middle of a lake, and I want to make sure I've got a car that isn't going to scrape up against all of the rocks on that dirt road. I don't think of Chrysler as dirt road, but someone took a pretty picture anyway. So first I'm just going to kind of scroll down a little bit and see what's going on. So they want to know the Pacifica and the 300 might be cars you're interested in. We're a top safety pick. Meet the Chrysler Pacifica. Okay. America's only plug-in hybrid minivan. Okay, I wasn't thinking hybrid or minivan, but I'm on Chrysler. Randy says it might be the wrong car manufacturer. Think sedan or minivan. Okay, suddenly I want a minivan. Thank you, Randy, for your help there. Get trade-in value. Learn more FAQs about hybrids. Okay, so evidently this site works best if I want a minivan and probably a hybrid minivan. I do like that they're giving you the prices up front because remember, if you are someone with a strict budget, let's say you can only afford a $28,000 car, maybe even a $20,000 car, then good thing for you to know that these Chryslers might not be in your range. So I do appreciate that they're saying that right on the homepage, and I don't have to start going through all kinds of like, look at our, in Italy they call it the gamma, like the range of cars we have. Vehicles. Well, as far as I can tell, Chrysler has two, a Pacifica and a 300. What do you got? A Pacifica hybrid, and a 300. Okay, but that could still go in the navigation because maybe I found myself somewhere else on the site and I want to get back to a different car. Oh, I do like that they're telling you up front some expected gas ranges and the horsepower, if they find that that interests people, and how many it seats. I think this is good. Randy, why did you suggest this site to me? What did you think I was going to find that you found not good? I do like that it seems to be available in Spanish. That's good. Shopping tools. Now, I'm assuming this might be maybe financing options, or will it be like accessory packages? Let's see. Build and price, search new inventory, start buying process. Well, that's aggressive. I haven't even driven it. Find a dealer, view incentives, and then there's a lot going on here. Okay, so I think there's a little bit of information architecture issue here. There's a lot going on here. And find a dealer is here and it's here. And obviously this one we discovered really easily. So, why is it here? I would imagine there's got to be a way, search new inventory is already here. So I think there's some repeats here that are not relevant, and is apply for credit and get pre-qualified different things. Where do those links go? Let's see. Bridge.html. I don't even know where that goes. Okay, so Randy says customize a vehicle and pretend to order it. Okay, let's do a build and price. I assume that's going to take me there. Let's say I want the Pacifica. I don't mind getting last year's leftovers. John says it's for SEO. Okay. Touring L, Limited, and Pinnacle. Okay, so it's not clear to me right away what's the difference between these. Sometimes the difference is trim and options. Sometimes the difference is engine and torque. Sometimes it's wheels. I can see some different wheels styling, but I don't know. So let's see if display model comparison helps us. Okay. But the funny thing is with it being above the cars and it looking a bit grayed out, I wonder if it accidentally sends the message to people that this is grayed out, or because my eye and my attention are here. And this is where I teach people it's so important to do a little studying on psychology and human behavior and parsing information and attention, because my attention is here. So where's the compare models? Well, it's way up here. What if I scroll down and I'm focused here? If I have a small laptop screen, now I don't even see that. So remember, when I talk about making things contextual, you want them where the person's attention will be. Hey, Sirocco. Randy says most users didn't see the gray compare button or other gray buttons. Yes, so that's also a visual design problem. We don't want a button to be gray unless we're trying to communicate that it's in a disabled state, because we tend to think of gray buttons and gray text as grayed out. Brian says that red color pops out among the cars too. Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder if there's something about this one that they really wanted to draw your eye to. Maybe they made more of these and they're hoping to sell more of these, or it just happens, or they're trying to show you some of their range of colors. Amit says, I didn't notice it immediately, if I'm honest. I would have expected a comparison below the images. Randy says most users did pick the red car, even though you can pick color later. Ah, yes, yes. Very interesting, very interesting. I tend to prefer silvery and gray cars, so my attention was brought here. And also because I know sometimes the base model of a car doesn't have a lot of the options I'm looking for. Sometimes it's like manual roll down windows. Do I want four-wheel drive or front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? Now, this I think is the wrong paradigm here. Okay. Oh, well, that's weird. They changed the color. It's now a white pearl. Ooh, that's weird. All right, well, let's try this. Randy said try building, so let's get there. Okay, so I am looking to build and customize my car. Okay, I like that it's clear that in this case, all of the paint options are equal. So I will pick a color. I'm getting a preview of it. Fathom Blue Pearl. And this looks like a neat color too. And it's an extremely neat color. Ocean blue metallic exterior paint sold. Okay, now I'm scrolling with my trackpad and it's only moving the right side. So this is kind of a locked frame or panel. That's not necessarily bad, especially since as we make changes, we might want to see them reflected here. Do I want splash guards? Now here's the question. Do I have them or not? It looks like the plus will add that. Okay, and then they drew them on the car, though that was extremely subtle. Or I guess I can click the plus again and it will take it off. Yeah, so I wonder if that is really clear to people. All right, let's see what else. Of course, everybody don't click on the Russian porn spam. Ooh, as I went down to wheels, the picture changed to get a better look at the wheels. Okay, that's kind of nice. Randy says most people didn't see the more info buttons either, and the more info was lacking. Yeah, what would I like to... Also, they're a little bit close. Is more info for the splash guard or this? I think they're a little bit weird. Oh, this looks like they just took it out of their data catalog. They didn't bother making that for users. Okay, do I want 20-inch aluminums, 18-inch aluminums, 18-inch polished aluminum, or 18-inch polished aluminum? It's not clear here. Requires additional selections. That's creepy. This will add $1,000. And the picture updates. Hold on, something else changed. The windows or the top. Something else changed. Let me undo that. Watch the picture. Oh, no, it didn't change. I could swear that the top of the picture changed. All right, that's weird. Tires, all season self-sealing. Now, why is this checked? Because all season self-sealing sounds better. Why is the next one checked? Because they're 245s, 50 R20s instead of 235, 60 R20s. All season self-sealing sounds safer, but I don't know enough about tires to know the difference. So you tell me. Oh, that is not helpful. Yeah, Randy's right. That is not helpful. Yeah, so this is where we talk about knowledge dependency when we get into Larry's model of what I'm currently working title calling task detractors is I don't know the difference between these. This is a knowledge gap. I don't understand the differences between these two tires. And I might stop. I might say, you know what? I can't order this online, or I don't want to move forward. I don't know what this is. Randy says, see, now you know I picked this site. Niku says, I went back in the video and the top of the car did change. The band around the windows changed from silver to black. Thank you, Niku. I'm not losing my mind. Side steps and running boards, additional things. Okay, now interior. Oh, we're not done. Oh, look at the scroll bar. We got a lot to customize here. You got to really, it's interesting. By having one really long page, we don't have what I normally see on sites, which is a series of short pages. I would love to usability test that and see kind of which one made people feel like this was less overwhelming. Cognitive load here. A series of wizard kind of step pages or one long eternal scroll. Leather seats. No, I like cloth seats. Choice required. McKinley leather bucket seats you have to pick a different interior color. When did I choose the interior color? I don't even remember doing that. And this has a placeholder graphic with a Chrysler logo. What? I'll pick a different one? Choice required. Choose black seats, alloy seats. I can't even do anything here. Okay, so there's a lot of problems here, and I think we run the risk that people will just disconnect at this point. They might decide a Chrysler's not for them. They might decide I just have to go to the dealership. But usually, I think for many of us, and I won't speak for all of you, but I know when I get to these pages on a website, I'm having fun. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be, I'm going to spec out my dream car. Oh, man. This drained the fun out of that dream. We want to put the user in a scenario where they are experiencing a dream outcome. They're seeing their future. That is future me's car. And I'm feeling disconnected from it because of the UX and the process. Chrysler says, John says, Chrysler is looking for UX designers, so is Ford and GM. Brian says, I hate when the options are written in different ways in the same section, like the wheel options are 18-inch mark or 18 inches. Randy says, none of my users were confident at the end of this and said they'd have to visit a dealer. Right. So that's exactly it. I either need a dealer at the end of this, or I've got to, give up on Chrysler. And I think an important thing is that how many people are looking at this and feel stupid? How many people feel like I should know the difference between an alloy seat and a black seat, or a 235 wheel or a 240 wheel? I feel like, wow, I just must be an idiot. I'm going to have to go into the dealership and be the stupid woman that someone has to explain this to, and I'm sure they will gleefully treat me like the stupid woman. Sirocco says, I've seen a lot of car sites with those weird options, but never understand the logic of their rules. Yeah, it's true. You do feel like you're in their playground and what the hell is going on? Oh, here we go. Packages, cognitive load, make it stop. All right, we're done here. So we're going to move to our last one for today. But Randy, thank you so much for submitting this. And of course, thanks to Rich for submitting the ServiceNow one. And next, we're going to look at another one that got submitted, which was Footlocker.pt. Now, I think PT is Portugal, but it is giving me a site in English. And of course, the first thing it wants to do is access my location. Why? 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 You don't have to know my location at all. Madalena says, imagine going through all of this and then seeing a message at the end that says, oops, something went wrong, visit the dealer. Oh, Madalena, that's too real. That's real and it hurts. Randy says, everyone's mind was blown on the packages section, had a similar reaction. Yeah, sounds like Randy did some real testing on this, and that's great work, Randy. Do I want this site to access my location? No, never, never. Now I've got cookies also. Let's see if we have the same cookie hell. It's OneTrust again. Strictly necessary. That means I can't fix it. Performance cookies. Turn it off. Functional cookies. Turn it off. So this is the same third-party cookie system, but a different way. Oh, I do have a reject all. Good. That's because I'm in Europe. A lot of you who aren't in Europe will not see that button. That is special to Europe. All right, so what's going on here? We got a lot of stuff going on here. We've got a top thing. We've got sign in and register, customer service, store locator, and language selection. We got lots of, okay, Portugal, English. I'm in Italy. I can pick Italy, English. Let's see what happens there. Same thing. Still don't want to give you my location. Okay, sale, men, women, kids, brands, releases, and some sort of whatever membership. Now, when I see a navigation that looks like this, my first thought is if sale is first and backed up by this giant sale banner, you've determined that the target audience who comes to your website is the bargain hunter typology. These are not necessarily people coming to buy the most expensive or best sneakers. These are the people coming to buy whatever is on sale. Free shipping for Flex members. Flex, how do you pronounce that? Is this a sort of like Amazon Prime for shoes? How much shoes are you buying that you need a reward? It's a reward system. Sign up. Get X points. Okay, so this is the Flix membership, but you don't get Flix points, you get X points. Help, cognitive load. I have to learn your terminology. It's a new language, it's hieroglyphics. Get 1,000 points for signing up, earn points on purchases and activities. £1 is 100x points. So basically, just for signing up, I'm going to get £10 off. Now, why is it showing me pounds? I'm in Italy. I chose Italy, but it didn't regionalize to my currency. I think that's a regionalization mistake. Redeem your points for exciting rewards like high heat products and unique experiences. Not feeling it. Oh, and now there's levels. Oh, your club is so complicated. I don't want to know. Do you see our FAQs? What did I just say, everybody? What did we just talk about? Don't hide stuff in the FAQs. Now, to go to the FAQs, I bet I have to leave the page, which takes me out of my task. Now I have to read all of these and try to figure out what the hell Flix is. And all of this is a distraction. I'm not buying anything. Okay, I looked at sale, and I've got choices here. Men's, women's, kids, brands, top picks. Are these men's on sale? All men's sale. Okay, let's try that. So much information. Yeah, Brian says, what is a high heat product? I don't know. Someone says Flix rhymes with complex. So flex? Yeah, but how am I supposed to know that? Seriously. It doesn't say Flix. Sounds like flex. Why don't you just put an E in it? Call it flex. Flex. That'll sound the same in Portugal, Italy. Flex. Why is it Flix? Was the E, did the E cost extra? All right. I'm looking for stuff on sale. I've got shoes. I've got t-shirts. Got socks. Got underwear. I've got knees. What? Shorts. I've got a backpack. Okay, so it's just a mix of stuff that happens to be on sale. I've got Vans. Oh, that's right, because this is Footlocker, so it's all different brands and all different stuff. Okay, so I don't know which shoes are good or bad or whatever, but I like dark shoes. Let's check this out. All right, so we've got 4 different color options. Hopefully when I click on them, the color changes. Okay, click for a closer look. Click. That is not a closer look. I have to click again to enlarge. Oh, God. Too close up. Keyboard users use arrow keys to pan around. Okay, I'm doing that. That's not bad. Now that means if I want to tab, now how do I tab out of here? Oh, there it was. Okay. Now, this page doesn't show the previous price like the search results did, so I don't have a sense of what the sale is and what my discount is. That information is now lost. I can see the shoes at different angles. Customers also viewed, and then details. Okay, so I think this is a mistake. I always advise people that the more likely it is to drive the sale and be compelling information and answer people's questions before they have doubts, the higher up on your e-commerce page it goes. So if you find that people do care about details or reviews or variations or ingredients or allergen warnings, then this goes higher up. So to have customers, oh, that clicked? I didn't even think I clicked. Did it go on mouse over? No, I must have clicked without knowing it. So to have customers also viewed, breaking this up and then getting back to the description of this product, you do run the risk that nobody ever sees the description. They might go, well, I guess that's it. That's all the information. Now they're showing me other stuff. This page is done. And then I might go, gee, I wonder how I clean these, or I wonder what they're made of. Oh, no, I guess there's no information here. But it could be down here. But meanwhile, that information isn't here. So I don't know if these can be cleaned or how to clean them. I don't know, I like to joke, can I put it in the dishwasher when it's, plates and stuff, but I don't know. So this is just going to be romance copy and details that might not answer my questions. I would love to do research and learn what are people's decision-making processes for items like these, and what do they need to know to go, yeah, these are the shoes I want. Brian says, haha, it's either no close-up or extreme close-up. Yeah. Let's see what happens when I pick my size. Who remembers my size? Now, this is knowledge dependent. I have to know my size. Please hold. Ugh. Okay. This says 41. So that was a knowledge dependency moment, but luckily the research wasn't too difficult. But if I weren't wearing shoes, or the size weren't printed on the shoes itself, I would have been like, crap, I don't even know my size. Now, it looks like I could have done US sizes or UK sizes, but I can say I want a 41. And that's even cheaper. Okay, so now I have a question. What's on sale here? What was the original price of this? $119.99. So if I pay $119.99, I'm not getting a deal. Oh wait, all of a sudden we have sizes crossed out. I don't remember seeing that before. This deal expires soon. Okay, that was a toast message. So I can't have a size 40. I can have a 41. Okay, everybody noticed. You can roll it back. That's not what this page looked like when we first loaded it. It said $119.99, and now that I've started looking at sizes, now it's you can't have these sizes, and here's the discounted price. So that is really weird. Now it's telling me if I want a 41 in this combo, it's not on sale, but this was a sale item. So is this like partially on sale? Cognitive load. Steph says sometimes the sales are one color or one size. It's a game of maybe this will be what I want, maybe not. I hate those so much. Yeah. How long will I mess around with this until I go, well, I was looking for a deal, so I'll get this one. But no, I really like the red, but is there any size where the red is on sale? No, the red is too popular. Whoa. Okay, when I clicked on 40, the black said sold out. I guess that's helpful. Ouch, that's enraging. Shai says, sales trick. Yeah. Do you feel tricked? We didn't talk at the beginning of the show about dark patterns where we feel or are being tricked or bullied or pushed to do something that we didn't really want to do. Now I might be buying something at a not sales price, and I got there through the sales interface. Now, I don't expect them to not show the variations that aren't on sale, but I wonder if there's a clearer way to communicate this. There's also a favorites list. Is it going to ask me to log in to save it? Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's also take a look at searching. Whoa, that's how many words do people have to search? Let's say I start typing Nike. Will it be predictive? Okay, it's predictive. Now I'm getting some things in Italian, which is really interesting because I told it I'm in Italy, but I want to speak English, remember? So uomo scarpe is men's shoes. Donna scarpe is women's shoes. Scuola elementare e media scarpe. For some reason, that is primary and middle school shoes. What is primary and middle school shoes? But more importantly, I did say I want to do English, so why am I getting Italian? So it sounds like the regionalization here was not fully seen through. And it sounds like the QA people did not test for this. This probably was not in their acceptance criteria, and nobody double checked if some of the other regions and languages were working. Shai says, I wonder if it's more ethical to say black is on sale and red is full price. I'm not even sure, but it's worth research and testing to learn how people perceive this. Scuola elementare e media scarpe. So I'm assuming this is, what if I want to buy shoes for my middle school kid or elementary school kid? So I assume we're just going to see smaller sizes. What if I want these for myself? I don't know. Okay, these are smaller sizes. They don't have a 41. That's a pretty big middle schooler. I guess if your middle schooler is a boy, then they could have a size 40 shoe. What if they have more? What if their foot is bigger than 40? Tall people in the audience, what size was your foot in middle school? Miguel says, got in time for my suggestion. I got stuck in a meeting. Yeah, Miguel, you'll have to run back a little bit since I'm in the middle of this. I started a while back. Size chart. Oh, it scrolled me down here to size and fit. Size UK, size EU, size US. Okay, but I could also do that from up here. So I don't think that size chart really helped. I could have said US. Well, that's weird. This one stops at 7, but down here I was able to pick 9. So ultimately this is a size converter, but it's not contextual to what's in stock for this item. This is just general size converter. So that's really strange. You might also like recently viewed. Yeah, I guess I did recently view those. Organizational model 231, and it's a PDF. I assume that's something they have to do legally. Yeah, any other thoughts or questions on this before we wrap up? Anything I could have talked about that you feel that I missed? Would you like to see more episodes like this where we live audit and assess websites for good and bad UX? What do you think? Your satisfaction is guaranteed, LOL. Well, let's learn about that. Where's that? Oh, your satisfaction is guaranteed. We promise the items you order will fit right or return them for free. Well, I always wonder, do you still have to pay for the return shipping? Because then that wouldn't be free. It's only free if they pay for the return shipping. Otherwise, there could be some charge. Brian says, I like these, grazie. Sheer says, it was great, thank you. Amit says, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was insightful. Sirocco says, I'd love to see more like this. Really great seeing how you break these apart. Yeah, these are the things I'm looking at. And of course, some of these might just be opinions, and I would have to do more research with users and walk them through this experience. You are looking for shoes for your 13-year-old, go. And see what they do and see what their perceptions are. So you can't just go by what I say. But if I'm looking at, if this is a concept coming through my team or my company, I'm going to go, hey, hold on. And we can also see other catalog-driven things here. MTLC. Now, many of us who speak English will recognize that is metallic. But I can tell that this is, which heuristic is this? Who remembers? This is the heuristic that talked about making sure you're using people's languages. I don't abbreviate metallic. I write out metallic. I think it would be good for humans and for SEO to have that word written out, even if the metadata or the information in your database has the abbreviation. Miguel says, you don't need to pay for shipping in Footlocker. Cool. Shai says, thank you so much, Debbie. This was great. More, please. Yeah, well, I got a long list over on the LinkedIn post. So I marked this as a saved item. We'll come back to it. Robert said, Ling's Cars. Udipta said, Indian copyright site. That sounds awesome. Eunice said a website of a company he applied to work for. Somebody said, Elizabeth said Amazon. Great idea, because everyone wants to copy Amazon, but is it really that good and how could it be better? Again, just from our auditing, this is, what we typically call an expert audit. We're trying to look broadly at the site and see common usability mistakes, information architecture mistakes, heuristics, four horsemen, Larry's task detractors, things like that. We've got all kinds of great recommendations for people, so we can certainly return to that. But I'm also happy to take some live as we go if we have time left over. Today, we don't have time left over because the show winds down in 5 minutes. So we will have to pick this up. And if I don't have anything to design, we'll do this again next Monday. So let's go back, I think, to a giant picture of me. Cool, here I am. Oh, someone says, don't go to Kohl's.com. We're working on it. Someone else says, and metallic won't translate in the browser. Brian says, a 1996 site, blast from the past. Yeah, I won't look at Kohl's yet. Don't worry. Let me know when I should. But I used to contract at Macy's, so I am hip to Kohl's. Let's see. So quick note on show schedule, which of course you can always find at deltacx.com/links. I would like to ask everybody to please subscribe. And of course, a quick thank you to everybody who is a paid YouTube member. I don't offer a lot for the memberships, but you do get cool emoji and me thanking you personally on the shows. And again, it's optional, but not required. And I spend it on chocolate chips. So thank you for everybody supporting the site financially, which again is appreciated but not required. Please join in. Please subscribe. Please tell people about the show, especially people who are looking to learn UX or get further in their UX career. And especially, I'd love to see more managers and leaders learning about this channel so that not only can they get some help, like from tomorrow's Office Hours Ask Me Anything, where I help people out with their issues, but to give our micro lessons and other stuff, which are, of course, completely free to their teams. So yeah, check out deltacx.com/links. Let me tell you what's coming up on the show this week, since we've got a good audience today. Thanks to everybody for coming. Tomorrow is Office Hours Ask Me Anything, which is same time. These are always 6:30 p.m. Italy time. And I will be taking live questions for an hour. Send them in. Wednesday the 26th, always a pleasure to have Michelle Ronson come back. She's going to be talking about research ops. So if you have any questions on that, you want to join live. We usually don't broadcast on Thursdays, so nothing going on there. And Friday, if I've got enough stuff, I will do a Deb Reacts to Stuff You Sent In show. And if you want to know how to send stuff in, the links are down here at deltacx.com/links. The week after, which is January turning to February, we have the Monday show, which will either be me doing live design or more of these audits. Tuesday, Office Hours Ask Me Anything. That's February 1st already. February 2nd, I'm hoping we can reschedule our trends, but we haven't had a yes from all of the guests, so I don't know. And then honestly, I've not been scheduling a lot of interviews or shows. I've been so busy at my new job, which I'm excited about and I think is going well. Oh, don't you love when a business you haven't gone to in like 40 years starts texting you and you have to opt out? Yeah. So there's that. All right. So let's see. So, yeah, thanks to everybody who dropped by and was part of the show. I loved all of your comments and questions and points, and great to see Randy here joining in with some of his real experiences in having audited some of these. So I am going to play us out of here, but everybody be well and be safe. And let's take this off the screen, and I will see everybody tomorrow at Office Hours. Thanks. Customer centricity as business intelligence. Visit deltacx.com to learn why we are